All right, Turbo, I like the idea of the spray can for the attention device, but I think what happens is that you kind of use it, it's a quick reference, and if people weren't already paying attention, they're going to miss that. So maybe a little bit longer, although I appreciate not having the spray, because that's one of those things that I get instant reaction to. But it's okay. I think it could be a little bit more dramatic, though. Your thesis statement, I sort of see what Christopher is talking about. I do think that you've got everything connected here with your preview. What you need to do is talk about what the negative consequences or the negative ways in which hairspray are being used or the negative effects that it can have, and make that your thesis statement instead of trying to make the preview do all of the end point for you. The preview lists what the secondary points are going to be, but they're there to, the supporting points there are basically to show us what the dangers are in using hairspray, and I think that that's a simple way of expressing that idea that what didn't come out very clearly in the opening section of the speech. I was a little worried at first because I didn't really hear a lot of specific source citations, but I heard a few more as you went along. There was one place where you are referring to they did a study, and that was right after you were talking about reporting something from the Sun newspaper, so I'm trying to figure out if it's the Sun newspaper that did the study or the Sun is reporting on a study that was done by a university group. That's the one about the effects on the kids if the mothers used hairspray in the first trimester. It's an interesting study. The significance of it, I think, needs to be explored a little bit more. It's a good idea. The whole thing on the first point, though, about the impact on the environment, I think is there's a link that's missing there. You kind of describe what the FCCs are, and then you describe the hole in the ozone layer. What you don't describe, and how the hole in the ozone layer could have a negative effect, what you don't describe is how the FCCs have anything to do with the hole in the ozone layer. And I know there's a step there, but it doesn't get included in the speech. The ocean water thing, I think we need a little bit more data on it. How widespread is this practice? Is it something that I think you mentioned at one point that it was done in particular places, but I'm not sure if it's something that's, like I said, done by a lot of people in those places, or if it's just one part of the world where that's pretty typical. The visual materials, primarily you've got the can, and then you've got your one visual that explains the way the greenhouse effect is supposed to work. Again, that leaves out that information about how the FCCs interact with the ozone layer and produce those holes. Presentation, we're not focusing on those things a lot, but when you watch it, I think you're going to notice that you do have a few nervous tics here and there. So pay attention, because on the next go-around we're going to work on those things a lot.